Hello, everybody. My name is Axel Post, Division II washout, light hitting backup catcher, and I'm here with my friend Tate Stone Fracina, reliever, closer, starter slash pinch runner, and this is Thinking Right Center. Thinking Right Center is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Uh,
Use code Austin Hedges at checkout.
yeah, use code Dodgers are evil at checkout.
Use code Austin Hedges are at checkout for 19% off because that's his batting average every year.
Let's go. Select locations, only locations in New
Yeah,
Hampshire.
only Lee, New Hampshire at the Circle, guys.
It's the only location that works.
Okay, so 700 million motherfucking dollars.
Yeah,
What
like
the
so
fuck?
I thought it was a joke when I saw it. Like I was like, is this a fake account on Twitter? Like 70 million a year. Um, I remember I said I was like, Axel, I want to know what the next closest offer was. Like what was the second best offer Ohtani got?
It had to be in the 600s,
You think so?
right? They wouldn't have overbid by more than 100 million.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, what other team was driving his price up this much?
Probably the Mets. Maybe the Mets were just like fucking with the Dodgers. Steve Cohen's like, yeah,
I want to know what the Cubs offered too.
I don't think the Cubs are really ever
Yeah,
because now that we see that it was $700 million, only a
insane.
only a select few teams can pay $700 million.
Only one or two teams can do that, and it's the Dodgers and the Yankees. The
And the
Dodgers, Dodgers are the new evil empire for me personally.
100%.
Like, they're paying Otani more than 10 teams payrolls.
Yeah. Also, the details have yet to come out, but apparently, Bob Nightingale saw a tweet, who again tweets from the grave. However, he said it was unprecedented deferred money.
Yeah, I've heard it's very much deferred.
So what I think the goal of that, right, is defer so much money that when he does retire, he can say, "Yeah, don't pay me that. Just give me a share of the team." Right?
That's
Let's
that's
go.
actually that's actually super interesting. Um,
I can't wait for the whole details to come out because I'm going to read it over like 3 times, trying to figure out exactly how much money is going where.
yeah. I mean, like, even if it is like regular deferred, like it'll be crazy. Like the Dodgers will be like 2040 paying Shohei 20 mil, 30 mil.
Yeah, he's
Like,
going to get. My guess is that he's going to be getting paid by the Dodgers to like 2050, 2060.
but the Dodgers can afford it. Like
Yeah,
they're only gonna have more and more money. So like why not?
yeah, especially with the deferred money, it's smart for the right now with the luxury tax. That helps them because if they were going to pay 70, like a flat 70 million,
Oh yeah. On top of their already huge payroll.
yeah, that would be so tough. But we can sit here and we could glaze Shohei Ohtani, but everybody knows how good Shohei Ohtani is. He pitches and hits, except for this year,
Yeah,
which
he won't.
is why I wanted to ask you: does this signing make the Dodgers World Series favorites for you personally?
Yeah. Like I was looking at their lineup, and it's a weird lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Jason Hayward has another great year, you've got that. I mean, James Outman, if he takes that step, that outfield's nasty now with Mookie there. Well, Mookie might play second.
Yeah,
Like,
he's gonna play. He's going to play second. Dave Roberts came
yeah,
out that he's going to be our everyday second baseman, which is
I,
crazy.
I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, they need a second. He played shortstop last year.
Yeah, I know.
He's a crazy player, and I miss him very much. I love you, Mookie. Please come back.
Yeah, he's insane to me. Like, just such a good athlete. I love watching him in the outfield. Is why I'm mad he's playing second. Because like second, you just can't do nearly as much cool shit at second base
Yeah,
as he would. Dodgers are they're good. Like they're just really good. And like they just got way better.
Yeah, I think so. The books right now, the Dodgers are plus 550, and the next are your Braves at plus 650.
I mean, it's like I think it's gonna be like coming down. Hopefully the Braves can learn to win in the playoffs again and beat the Phillies. But I think it's like two really strong teams
Yeah.
that's gonna go at it. It's like it's becoming a cool rivalry, which I like a lot. Like the started in maybe 2019, then like 2020 Braves blow 3-1 lead. 2021 Braves beat them, go on to win the World Series. Like it's a cool rivalry in sports, so I like it.
What year was the Acuna homer off Bueller?
That was 2019, I believe.
Yeah, that started it, right?
That
That's
was
the beginning
sick.
to that. Yeah. So I actually don't think if they were the same odds, I would still pick the Braves over the Dodgers at this point.
Why is that?
If
Just 'cause-
Shohei was pitching,
yes.
then 100% I would be picking the Dodgers. But he's not going to pitch this year,
Yeah.
and like like you said, they're going to rake. Like
Yeah.
this team's going to rake. They have Betts, Shohei, Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy, James Outman is a streaky hitter but good and plays good defense. Gavin Lux is coming back.
Yes. Gavin Lux is very good. Is he gonna be their starting shortstop?
Is he going to play short?
I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
supposed to last year.
yeah. Mookie's playing second, so yeah, he is going to play short.
Yeah.
Um,
I really
and
like
then
Gavin Lux.
I do too. He's like a cool player,
Yeah.
but in the Dodgers are always going to have your Chris Taylors and just platoon players that play better than they should.
Chris Taylor always gets a clutch hit.
Always, and that's
He's
just what the Dodgers do, and I don't
and like
expect it to be any different.
yeah, I also I mean like I think the Dodgers are cool in the respect that like they get Max Muncy who was like a nothing MLB player. They get Chris Taylor who really didn't do a ton. Like last year, Ryan Brazier comes over and becomes like one of the best relievers in baseball. They didn't do anything. Lance Lynn, they did not change him, but he 8 innings. But
That's what the Ryan Brazier thing pisses me off to no end. He was fucking horrible with the Red Sox, and he came over to the Dodgers, and they completely they just changed what he threw.
yeah,
They just like changed his pitch usage, and he had like a one something ERA.
yeah, he became
Actually,
a weapon out there.
actually threw strikes
Yes,
somehow.
yes.
I don't know how they changed that, but they did.
Maybe he just wanted to be there.
So why I think I wouldn't pick them at this current moment because they are still the Dodgers. They could still go sign somebody,
Yeah,
right? Their starting pitching concerns me
yeah,
because so you have Walker Bueller who has the obvious health concern, but I love Walker Bueller. I'm not really concerned.
yeah,
Then there's Bobby Miller who I love but is young,
yeah.
electric, throws 100,
Yeah,
awesome. Ryan Pepio who again
very
electric, but 10 games started in his career.
yeah.
Ryan Yarborough is their fourth starter on Fangraphs right now.
Yarborough, huh?
You throw harder than Ryan Yarborough.
Oh yeah,
And I can't convince myself that that's a good plan.
yeah. That is insane.
If he's starting baseball games for you, I understand that he can be effective, but if he's starting like on a consistent basis for you, I have problems with that. And then number 5 is Emmett Sheehan, who again, I like, but he's young and hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
And Gonsolin's out for the year. Dustin May is aiming for a second half comeback, but he might not even do that.
And even if he does, Dustin May could become a bullpen guy.
Dustin May could get hurt again.
Dude, yeah, he's had so many injuries. I like Dustin May too, even though it's sad. He's probably one of the ugliest players in the MLB.
Oh, he's so ugly. I think he might be the ugliest.
Yeah.
It's like him and Verdugo, who we'll talk about later, are pretty ugly.
You think they re-signed Kershaw too? I haven't really seen a lot about him.
I have seen nothing about Clayton Kershaw.
I know. I was when you were listing people off, I was like, shouldn't Kershaw be on there? And I was like, he's still a free agent.
They need if they sign like a Stroman, if they re-sign Kershaw, then I could
Like
see,
an anchor of that rotation.
yeah, even if it's just so just somebody behind Bueller because they need to lengthen this out. Like I said, Ryan Yarbrough I can't have him starting consistently for me.
No, they're not the Royals. You can't
No,
have Ryan Yarbrough being one of your starters.
they have a great bullpen. They always will.
Yeah,
Did
and
you
I
know?
mean that lineup. Right?
Do you know
What's up?
Brusdar Gratterall had a 1.2 ERA in 67 innings?
I did not know that, but it makes sense
I knew he was good. I didn't realize that he just completely fucked over the entire league the whole year.
because he is cool. Because he's got Jordan Hicks stuff and control.
Hmm.
Like it's cool to watch a pitch because well, not really control. He'll throw it right down the middle every time, but it's unhittable, which
Yeah,
is modern control.
yeah. I mean, that's his
Yeah.
stuff is so good he could throw it right down the middle. It doesn't fucking matter.
So isn't that what the Rays focus on? They're like, hey, just throw it right down the middle.
That's what Glass now does. Who
Yeah.
Micah
I
traded?
wouldn't say he has control, but
Yeah, I mean he can throw it down the
yeah.
middle.
Apparently, rumor off rumor, Braves still interested in Glass now.
They should be.
Yeah, I think they're trying to work something out. I don't know. I just saw a tweet. It was like Braves
This
still.
Ohtani to the Dodgers is going to inspire the Braves to do something.
I mean, the Braves already needed one or two starting pitchers, and they cleared all that 40 space. So
Yeah, we'll get to what the fuck the Braves are doing later because they're
yeah,
making the craziest trades and moves of all time.
I love it.
It looks like MLB The Show. It's wild.
Yeah, it's just unloading contracts all over the place.
But before we
Yeah,
talk about fucking Braves and like Max Stassi and David Fletcher, I think we probably have to talk about Juan Soto.
yeah. No,
Uh,
the other evil empire is
yeah,
back. Uh, I mean, I think we can put Verdugo in this too. But that
yeah.
Juan Soto trade, Padres really didn't get a lot back. I know the Padres struggling financially. Um, it seemed like a disappointing haul to me.
I actually liked it.
Which prospect did you like?
Well, Drew Thorpe is the headliner.
Yeah,
Um, that's really the only true prospect.
yeah.
So Juan
Because I mean,
Soto,
the Padres still are competing. It's not like they're rebuilding.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like they might re-sign Snell. They might like there are some moves they could make to be pretty good. They still have like Machado's still in the roster, Bogart's still in the roster, Tatis still in the roster.
Yeah.
They have Hassan Kim balled out last year.
Oh, he was great, and he was
So
great defensively too.
like the Padres just need to kind of fill in the blanks to be because they can definitely still compete without Soto there.
Yeah,
And I love Michael King.
yeah. Michael King's a monster,
I think he turns into a starter, and I think he turns into a pretty good one.
a starter.
Yeah, so he made 9 starts at the end of the year for the Yankees.
Wow.
So in those starts, he pitched 40 and a third with a 2.23 ERA. So also Boston College guy. So shout out Boston College.
Heck
And
yeah,
for the year, had a 2.75 ERA and 104 innings. So obviously had a great year.
yeah. No, and pitched a lot, which I love.
And if he doesn't turn out to be a good starter, you know for a fact he's a good reliever.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty just safe bet getting Michael King.
Yeah.
And then they go out and they get Drew Thorpe. So for those of you who don't know who Drew Thorpe is, he just turned 23. He threw 139 innings between high A and double. I believe 30 to 40 of those innings were in double A, and he had a mid ones ERA, like he dominated in double A. He had 182 Ks and a sub one whip. So he dominated, basically. He's a
Yeah.
second round pick in 2022.
That's exciting. Yeah, that's super exciting. He's a
He's
college guy. Yeah.
he's like a sure thing.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have he throws in the low 90s. He's a pitcher. He locates like fastball, changeup, curveball, slider, cutter. He throws a lot of pitches. He locates everything. But the low 90s fastball, he has an elite changeup. It's not going to be that ace type stuff. Like he's not Spencer Strider.
Yeah. But he's going to be a good major league pitcher.
Yeah, like he's one of the most high probability like 3 to 5 guys in your rotation that you'll see in the minor leagues, which is good. That's very valuable
Yeah. No, I
in your
mean,
rotation.
that's great for the Padres.
And then the next 2 guys, they're not exciting, but they're young and can pitch. It's Johnny Brito and Randy Vasquez.
Yeah.
So
I remember,
Brito 26.
yeah,
That
I remember Burrito's name.
yeah, he made a lot of starts. He pitched 90 innings.
Yeah.
Both of them are kind of swingman types where they can start, they can be a reliever. I think with the nature of pitching now, where almost everybody's getting hurt all the time, it's just nice to have 2 guys that if everybody gets hurt, they can start games and maybe you'll still have a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I see what the Padres are doing, right? Like, I think it makes sense and it like carries them into having some success this year, hopefully.
And
They're
then
just a weird situation. Like, I don't understand the full financials. Like, they had to take out a loan to like pay players, which is bad. And I think their owner died too. So it's like a lot of weird stuff going on with that. It's just, it's competing in that NL West is tough.
yeah, especially now.
Yeah, I mean the Dodgers are a juggernaut, and the Diamondbacks just went to the World Series. So
Yeah, you're kind of just screwed.
yeah, good luck.
But I think, and then Kyle Higashioka, let's not forget,
Yes, they have a great defensive catcher.
he's a backup catcher.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's so it's 1 year of Juan Soto, right? And wait, we forgot about Trent Grisham.
yes. I mean, what a sneaky part of the deal. I love Trent Grisham.
I do too. I hope he figures it out, but at the very least, he's
Great defense.
he's a great 4th outfielder.
Yeah, you can
Great.
like every seventh inning if you're up, just put Trent Grisham in.
And it's
Yeah,
good for because Judge is going to play center now.
I know that's a kind of that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, and I think with Judge's injury history and everything, it'll be good to have an elite defensive center fielder. You just want to get Judge off his feet for a day.
Yeah,
You have
or
no
if
problem throwing Trent Grisham.
one of those pitchers or one of those outfielders goes down, you've got Trent Grisham to turn to, who is a starter on most other teams.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of to recap for me, I like the Padres haul because you get what I think you're getting is 2 back end of the rotation starters, 2 swingmen who are young and controllable, and a backup catcher for 1 year of Juan Soto and Trent Grisham, who you weren't going to pay anyway.
That's very true. That's very
So
true.
in a if you want to go through the Soto timeline for what you gave up for Soto and what you got back when you traded him, not good. But for the situation you're currently in, I think they made out pretty okay.
Yeah. No, they made the best of that situation. I love Juan Soto. I'd love to have Juan Soto on my team. But
Yeah, I think we don't talk about Shohei or Soto in these deals because what's the point?
yeah, he's kind
Right?
of
Like
one in ball.
Shohei's the best player in the league. Soto's could make a good argument he's the best hitter in the league.
Yeah. The dude just gets on base, and when he hits it really hard.
He walks 20% of the time.
Yeah, that I saw that. I was like, dude, that is
Like
so
every year.
yeah. So as
But
a Red Sox fan, like, what do you think of the Yankees now? Do they seem
so
dangerous?
certainly I think we'll talk about Verdugo too, just real quick. So
Yeah.
Verdugo, the 8th trade between the Red Sox and Yankees in the history of their
I
franchise.
know. Whenever it happens, it's always so weird.
It's
Yeah.
very weird. It's very, very weird.
Yeah.
Um, Verdugo, as a Red Sox fan, it just never was going to work out here. It just was. It was. He got benched a couple times for like lack of hustle, locker room stuff. He's a cool personality. It's just, just wasn't going to happen here.
Yeah.
I think it creates a logjam in the outfield for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Like, so it's Judge in center, Verdugo in left or right, pick one, and then Soto in left or right, pick one. Then you have Trent Grisham, who we just talked about, and Jason Dominguez is going to come back like after a month.
Yeah.
You're going to have 5 outfielders that realistically could start for a lot of teams.
Yeah, that's very true. I was confused like why they went out and got Verdugo in the first place. I mean, I don't mind the trade for them though. I mean, I like Verdugo, but it's like they needed lefty bats.
I know. I just think it's weird because we even said last week before the Verdugo trade that Juan Soto to the Yankees feels like a done deal already.
Yeah. Yeah,
So why
exactly.
did you go out like 2 or 3 days before you traded for Juan Soto and get Verdugo? It doesn't make any sense.
It's the Yankee way, man. Just stockpile people and you know.
And like I said, I like Verdugo. I think he might be just a change of scenery candidate.
I also think playing with that smaller right field could really help him
It could.
hitting.
He's a talented player. It's just I don't know if he'll ever put it all together. And it just 2 days later you trade for the best lefty bat potentially in the league besides, like he's up there with Alvarez and Ohtani.
Yeah. Also, Verdugo's like the quintessential like old stats guy, like high batting average. You're like, oh, he must be really good. And
And
then
then you look at the WRC plus, you're like, oh, it's 98. You're like, he's just below
yeah,
the average.
like how's this guy batting 270 with a 98 WRC plus?
He
Yeah.
is, I think, a good change of pace bat for the Yankees lineup, right? Like lefty makes contact, yada yada yada, all that old timey baseball shit. But it is in a vacuum when they first made the move, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then to trade for Soto 2 days later, it's like that makes less sense. Especially for like just real quick, what they gave up was not nothing.
Yeah.
Like this, the best name ever, Richard Fitz, Dick Fitz,
Dick Fitz, baby.
amazing. So he's 24 because as a Red Sox fan, I want to do a deep dive into all these guys
Oh,
because
of course. Yeah. I would
you're giving
too.
up Verdugo, who's a relative fan favorite. You want to see what you're getting back. So he pitched 152 innings with a 3.48 ERA. This was all in Double A. He spent the whole year in Double. Um, Only 2.5 walks per nine, plus slider, fastballs 94. And what I read is that searching for a reliable third pitch.
So I
But
mean, something to work with at a base level.
yeah, he's like Drew Thorpe minus, you know what I mean?
Yes.
He's Drew
He,
Thorpe is much better.
he's solid and dependable.
Yeah,
And that's
he doesn't walk guys. He's got pretty good stuff
that's what you
and
really want.
has performed in the minors. He's already 24. I think he just turned 24 though. So um I expect unless the Red Sox go nuts in free agency over the next week or so and sign two big name free agents, which I don't think they'll do, I do expect him to make some spot starts for the Sox. And he's
Yeah.
young and controllable. And, if he turns into a reliable number four, number five for 1 year of Verdugo, that's great.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you get Greg Weissert. Did you look at any of the clips of him?
No, I didn't really look at Greg Weissert.
His slider is fucking crazy.
Let's go.
It's nuts.
Let's
He has
go.
the problem. So he's 29. His fastball sits 95 with the craziest slider maybe ever, but he has no fucking clue where it's going.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
he's a reliever and he pitched 20 innings with the Yankees last year and had a 4.05 ERA.
Yeah.
And he dominated AAA. It's just a matter of figuring out the big league level. And I guess I'll take it. Everybody, we need a reliever. Everybody needs relievers. So
I mean, yeah. And like for Verdugo, I just watched a video of his slider, by the way, on Pitching Ninja. Shout
yeah,
out Pitching Ninja. Um,
you know him personally. You're on
yeah.
it. You're on Pitching Ninja twice.
Yes, I am. I am a good friend of mine. I've hung out in his basement a lot. I once hit him with a slider
Yeah, she
uh,
told me that.
in the hand. It was pretty funny. Yeah, this is nasty, and that's something you can work with. And
Yeah,
like you always need another bullpen arm. So like Red Sox are kind of, I don't know, they're cool. I like what they're doing. Like
and
A lot of young, cool pieces, like becoming a good team. They're doing like a rebuild kind of correctly.
Yeah. And last piece, Matthew Judas is a 6'8" prospect who has yet to throw a professional inning. So your
Judas.
your guess is as good as fucking mine.
Really good names in that trade. I will
Oh,
say Dick Fitz and a guy named Judas.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully he backstabs the Red Sox in some way. That'd be good memes.
Yeah. So back to the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
So Judge and Soto are the best hitting tandem in the league.
Yeah, that's nasty.
They're the best hitting like hitting, not overall like player, because I still think any combination of Betts, Shohei, Betts, Freeman, Ohtani, whatever the fuck you want to do,
Yeah.
is probably the better overall player. But in terms of just with the stick, Judge and Soto are kind of it.
Yeah. Their lineup after that?
That's what I was saying. Their lineup is good, but it's not the Rangers or the Dodgers or the Braves,
No.
right?
It's
So
yeah,
it's
a lot.
good enough, but the starting pitching and the bullpen are going to need to be good for them to contend for a World Series, which is presumably what you're doing when you trade for a, a probable Hall of Famer with Soto.
Yeah, just like the amount of old names they have in this lineup, guys that have faded so much, like DJ LeMahieu, Anthony Rizzo,
Yeah.
I guess Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah. As painful as it is to say.
Yeah, it's just like it's very classic Yankees to me.
Yeah. I think it's like DJ LeMahieu as your starting third baseman. Nah,
Yeah, like
nah. I hate it.
doesn't move the needle.
No, it doesn't. And as much as I like Verdugo, he's a league average hitter. He's a league average player. Verdugo is about as league average as it gets.
Yeah,
He's going to flirt with league average hitting, and he's going to flirt with league average pitching or league average defending, and that's kind
yeah,
of what you're going to get.
yeah. I'm also
And
interested, like if I want to see Carlos Rodon bounce back.
yeah, I think
If he has,
their starting pitching needs to take a step.
if Rodon can, step up, they're dangerous.
Of course, like Garrett Cole is going to be a potential Cy Young winner every year.
Oh yeah,
Rodon is relying on health, but even when he sucked when he pitched last year.
exactly,
He was
exactly.
horrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then Nestor, we love Nestor.
love Nestor, but you'd like to see him return to, if you're a Yankee fan, I don't. I hope he sucks. But if you're a Yankee fan, you want him to return to that 2022, 2021 Nestor.
Yeah,
And then Clark Schmidt,
yeah.
who
Oh
I
my
kind of,
God,
do
Clark Schmidt.
you like
Not
Clark Schmidt?
not really. I like his stuff. Clark Schmidt has really good stuff.
Mhm.
Controls a little off, and he gets hit kind of hard.
Yeah. I,
Um,
I,
he's a
I don't,
good reliever. When they put him in the pen, I mean, he closed games 2 years ago, which like wasn't very good. Obviously, if you don't close, it's hard to be thrust into that. But like when he's throwing 1 or 2 innings, he's much more effective than when he's a starter.
yeah, I think you can be okay with him like back end of your rotation, but if he's in the middle of your rotation, because last year he was their second best starting pitcher last year.
Yeah, yeah.
That can't happen. If they want to win a World Series, you can't have Clark Schmidt be your two.
And then I know they're looking at Yamamoto.
Yeah, there'll be, I think so. Right now, my stance on the Yankees is that they are not quite a World Series contender, but if they add another starting pitcher, I will then be scared of the Yankees.
Okay, I like that. I think that's very good.
And just honestly, kind of if it's Marcus Stroman, even then I'm like, all right, like the Yankees.
Marcus Stroman seems kind of like a Yankee to me.
I think
Just like,
it's weird. I haven't heard anything about him either.
no, and he had a really good year last year.
He got hurt, but he's still Marcus Stroman has. I know he's like a personality and that might rub people the wrong way or whatever. It rubs me the wrong way sometimes. I'm not the biggest fan of Marcus Stroman, but the guy pitches.
Guy's good.
That
Like,
guy can pitch, and nobody
yeah,
is talking about him.
I know it's very weird to me. Like, I think he's one of the big free agent starting pitchers.
Like, to me, we talked about Eduardo Rodriguez and all that. I think he's just as good as Erod,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He's right on that plane, and I heard a lot of news about Eduardo Rodriguez all the time. I've heard literally nothing about Marcus Stroman.
yeah. I haven't either. Yeah, it's like one of those guys you kind of forgot was a free agent because no one's talking about him.
It's weird. It's like Kershaw. I've heard nothing.
Yeah, awesome.
So
Well,
yeah,
now,
there's my take on the Yankees.
well, how about your Red Sox with this big acquisition?
Yeah, like big and relative. So
Big
I
if he bounces back, though.
I know. So I like it just off the fact we had too many lefty bats,
Yeah,
and so we trade Verdugo and we grab Tyler O'Neill.
especially playing at Fenway. Like, you need
He
right bats.
and as a Red Sox fan who watched a lot of games, the getting a guy that's won 2 Gold Gloves for whatever that's worth is so valuable because last season the Red Sox were probably the worst defensive team of all time.
Yeah, they weren't great.
But I think if you go to Fangraphs for however long they've been doing the defensive statistics, I literally think they did have the lowest defensive WAR of all time last
Right.
season. So yeah, yeah, it was unwatchable at certain points. So to have a guy that's at the very least won 2 Gold Gloves just out there,
Yeah,
whatever Gold Gloves are worth, is nice. And to have the upside of like he's an explosive player, he's fast, he's fucking jacked, he's handsome. It's just like nice, and he's a righty bat, and he fits better than Verdugo, and I feel like the upside with O'Neill is way more than Verdugo.
yeah.
I
Because
understand.
he has the possibility to have that tapped into his power. He was a pretty solid hitter before the last 2 years. I think he'll look good in a Red Sox uniform too. He just like seems like a Red Sox guy.
Yeah, I think so. In 2021, he finished 8th in MVP and hit 34 homers.
Yeah, like if you can get that back, you have a really solid dude for a deal.
If we get 80% of that,
Yeah, I
like
kind
that's a great player.
I really like the Red Sox approach recently.
They
Um,
need so what I want to do. So Tyler O'Neill has, I've heard Cardinals fans are like, you're obviously disappointed with Tyler O'Neill the past 2 seasons. He hasn't been on the field a ton. I think he played 72 and 96 games, I think. But and when he's on the field, I've heard a lot of Tyler O'Neill sucks. But I was doing he has a 1.9 F WAR per 162 in those past 2 seasons, which is basically bang on league average player.
yeah,
And Verdugo actually has a 1.8 F WAR since 2021 per 162.
yeah,
So in terms of when they play the past 2 seasons, they're the same player
yeah,
in terms of value. And I think with the defense and just by the fact of him being right-handed, fits the Red Sox better. So that's why I like it just in a vacuum. I understand that the best ability sometimes is availability. And if he gets hurt, then we're all gonna sit here and be like, why the fuck did we trade for Tyler O'Neill? We know that he gets hurt all the time. But the upside of a Tyler O'Neill is like a game-changing player.
yeah. A really good outfielder.
Like really, really, really good. A guy that changes your entire lineup. Because in 2021, he was like the Cardinals were nasty that year, and that was a large part because Tyler O'Neill was going nuts.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch the Red Sox this year. They're a cool team. Like, can't say that enough. I'm gonna watch some Red Sox games this year.
I need them to sign a starter.
Yeah, they do need
I,
a
I
starter.
anything short of spending big money on a starting pitcher right now is pretty inexcusable if you're the Red Sox.
Yeah, I
I
think so
think,
too.
and I've been on this train. I would give Yamamoto a blank check.
We talked about it's a sure thing.
I think he's a sure thing, and I have. So when we first started doing this like a month ago, it was, ooh, like he's gonna get 200 plus.
Yeah.
I'm hearing 300 plus now. His stock's
Wow.
going up and up and up and up.
Wow.
I Yeah, I would honestly, I'd give it to him. I give him a blank check.
No, he's gonna be super solid.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
whatever
like
team puts him.
I need either like I really want Yamamoto, but if you don't get Yamamoto and you sign Montgomery
Yeah.
or like I Stroman, I
Yes. Yeah.
if you
I
sign like Montgomery and Stroman for the money that you would don't give the Yamamoto,
almost like that better.
I want Yamamoto because I think that's fucking so fun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so fun, and that's an ace. I think you plug him in as an ace and you forget about it. So
Yeah.
I do like what the Red Sox are doing. I do think this past week that they got better by trading Verdugo and acquiring O'Neill and all of that. But marginal moves are great, but you need a big ticket. You're the Red Sox.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. Like the Red Sox need to be back.
Yeah, you're in Boston.
Yeah.
You're a huge market. Like
You
there's no
can't
reason.
not go to the playoffs for a bunch of years.
Yeah, you can't. This year needs to be the year that you play meaningful baseball, just even in September, because the past two seasons, September has been a wash.
Yeah, you got to compete. You got to compete for that division. Got to compete for a wild card spot.
Yeah,
Um, well, I think they have the base to do it.
I'm excited to see a full season of Tristan Casas. Like,
Yeah, he's awesome.
oh my god, because he was. I don't know if you remember, he was fucking terrible in the first like month and a half.
Yeah,
And he was fucking horrible. And you look at his end of the season stats, he had like mid 800s OPS by the end of the season. I think he had a 950 to like high 900s OPS from May 1st on.
yep, yep. No, he matched.
He mashed. And I think pair him up with Devers, Casas. You got your two like real big boppers in the lineup. If things go correctly for the Red Sox, you can see a really good season.
Yeah,
But you're going to need right now as the roster is constructed, you're going to need to be you're hoping for something that definitely probably isn't going to happen in terms of health and player performance. That's why you just need starting pitching because the bullpen's good. And actually, we talked about this last week. Second base for the Sox.
mm-hmm.
Uh, Brandon Drury. I don't know if the Angels are trading, but Brandon
Yeah.
Drury, like I saw his name kind of be like floated around. That's the guy.
I like Brandon Drury a lot.
I like him a lot. I think he's a good, and he's right. Like we need right-handed bats. I know O'Neill helps.
Yeah, if they plug Brandon Drury into that second base spot, I really like that.
You sign Yamamoto or Montgomery, and you trade for Brandon Drury. You look like a good team.
Yeah, they look like a good team.
It's a good baseball team. It's not the Dodgers or the Braves or the Rangers, but it's a good team and a lot of shit to build off of.
No, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with you.
But I guess to get off the Red Sox here, uh, O'Neill to the Red Sox, and the Red Sox gave up Nick Robertson,
Yeah.
who is a reliever. He came over from the Dodgers in the Kike trade.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so which is a good return for us, right? Like Kike for O'Neill, basically.
Yeah.
Um, struggled in a brief MLB cameo, but stuff's really good. I think he's going to be a good reliever, but at the end of the day, it's a reliever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other guy they traded was Victor Santos, who had almost a 5 ERA in Double-A. I don't really know anything about him, but he kind of just feels like an arm. Maybe there's something there that I am being.
Maybe he has one good pitch that they can work with just a
Yeah,
depth kind of
maybe
guy.
I'm being, uh, ignorant by not looking into Victor Santos more, but I'm not gonna. I don't care. It's not my problem.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the move.
I like
It's
the move. I think they got better this week, and they go fucking sign a free agent, please.
yes
Um, Heimer Candelario
to the
to the
Reds.
Reds, 3 years, 45. What was your initial reaction to this?
Honestly, when I saw it with being the Reds, I was kind of like, eh, because like I don't know what they're gonna do with their infield now. Like,
That's
is
that was
Jonathan India gonna be moved?
that was the exact. When I saw this, my immediate reaction was, okay, good for Heimer Candelario because I think I'm a Heimer Candelario stan. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? I think I'm a K-pop.
You also did say glazed earlier, so we're becoming a young people
We
podcast.
are. This is the Young People Pod. Uh,
Yes.
I kind of love him, weirdly. However,
I don't dislike him, but I definitely don't think of him as much as you do.
I think I might be the highest Heimer Candelario maybe ever.
Every day, Axel thinks of Heimer Candelario at least once.
I think he's really good, but why the fuck did the Reds sign him?
It makes no sense. It's not their need.
No,
And
like at all. Why are you signing an
also,
infielder?
like, giving him 3 years.
I have no problem with the contract. I actually kind of think it's kind of cheap. But
Yeah,
like we said, I think anything that I think about Heimer Candelario could be discredited because I'm so irrationally high on him.
so what do you think? What position do you think he plays?
Fangraphs has him at first right now, which I think really hurts his value.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Yeah, he
so
played a lot of first last year, a lot of third.
I like him at third. If he can play third, he plays like a league average third. That's way better than playing a league average first.
But the Reds have so many young infielders.
I know. So they have Ellie De La Cruz, who is going to be their everyday shortstop. They
Yeah,
have Spencer Steer. They have Jonathan India, Matt McLean, Noelvi Marte, and Christian Encarnacion Strand.
exactly.
That's 6 guys already
That
before you
should
even
play.
add Heimer. You have 7 infielders.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it makes sense if you're trying to move someone for a pitcher.
I think Jonathan India is as good as traded.
Yeah.
They might as well just take him off the roster.
Trade him
But
for a pitcher.
the problem with Jonathan India is like, what does Jonathan India get you for a pitcher?
Yeah, I mean, he could be part of something.
He would have to be, yeah, he has to be part of a bigger prospect package
Yeah, to a more rebuilding, non-competing team.
because India is not giving you a starting pitcher. I'm sorry,
Yeah. Yeah.
particularly because MLB teams have the information that Jonathan India has like a 600 OPS on the road.
It's so weird.
Well, it's Great American Small Park, baby.
Yeah. Just a small park guy.
But so Heimer Candelario in a vacuum as a Red, I think he's gonna he's a doubles hitter and playing in that small ballpark. Some of those doubles are gonna turn into homers.
Yeah.
Like I think he will play well there. He just doesn't fit, and they're like,
Just
why?
like, whose spot is he taking?
What are the Mariners doing?
Nothing.
Like,
Getting worse.
why is Heimer Candelario not in your team?
I know. We talked about it so much. They need a third baseman. They need someone who can hit the ball hard and far. And they don't get that.
I'm gonna keep beating this drum, and I'm gonna be pissed at the Mariners until they actually do something, and then I'll take it all back. There's no reason why Heimer Candelario isn't on your team for a 3-year, $50 million contract.
Yep.
You
Yep.
weren't willing to give more money for Heimer for 3 years. It doesn't make any sense.
I totally agree. Seeing that contract, like, Mariners could have had that.
There's so many teams that could have had that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that it was to the Reds, why are the Reds the highest bidder?
I don't know.
I can't. I didn't understand it when it first happened, and the more I looked into it and thought about it, the less I understood it.
Yeah, Reds were nowhere near our predictions.
No. Why would they?
Exactly.
Why would they
Exactly.
sign an infielder? And I'm now sad because I love Christian Encarnacion Strand,
Oh, I know you do.
and he's
He's
never gonna.
part of the Dover Green Wave rebuild.
That's right.
He had 40 bombs a year.
But he's never gonna play now.
No,
He's never gonna play. Maybe they trade him. It
no.
makes sense. So this deal only makes sense if you trade two of these guys for a good arm.
I agree. I agree. Which sucks because I like all those infielders. But I mean, even before Heimer, you couldn't have all those guys. Had to
I
trade.
know last year was a problem trying to figure out where these guys were going to play.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe Spencer Steer can move to left, but you still have six infielders if one of these guys moves to left field. So
Exactly.
that doesn't help anything. You're going to have to trade one of these guys. I don't think. Is it a glass now?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't.
know.
I don't know.
I
I
just there's a lot of ways
pass
that
down to the Reds would make sense. Yeah.
but will they do it?
No. Probably
That's
not.
what I think.
Yeah.
And I just would have liked to see this money go somewhere else. If
Yeah.
you're a Reds, if I'm a
Agree.
Reds fan, I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, Nick Lodolo can't stay healthy. Hunter Green is not an ace.
Why not? Why not Stroman?
That's I know we're talking about him so much right now that
Was
I
he a good starting pitcher? Makes sense for every team in the MLB.
like is Stroman asking for like $200 million? Like,
Yeah. I don't understand.
I don't understand it. I would have rather signed. So this is a good segue into Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah.
4 years, 80 million for Eduardo Rodriguez. Why did the Reds not do that?
Yeah. I love that price.
I love
Like
that
the
price.
starting pitching market is insane
Yeah,
now with the prices. And you get a really good pitcher for 20 mil a year for the Diamondbacks.
yeah,
And like they needed that and they're gonna be really good again.
yeah.
Like that's how you do an offseason.
And maybe the Reds were in on Erod, right? Maybe they lost out because the Diamondbacks they just went to the World Series, all that. But we'll talk about the Diamondbacks now. This is like a perfect fit for the D-backs.
Yeah. We talked about it earlier. We're like, yeah, this is awesome.
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
They needed a lefty starting pitcher. They got one. They got a good one. If I'm the D-backs, I'm trying to re-sign Gurriel, and I'm just going to run it back.
Yeah. No, I love that team.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Like Carroll, is Carroll going to get worse? No.
No, it's just gonna get better.
Is Moreno going to get worse? No. Is Marte's a stud? Christian Walker's a stud. They trade for Suarez.
Yeah.
Perdomo is. I don't love Perdomo, but at the very least, it's a good defensive shortstop.
I forgot he was an all-star last year.
Because he had like
started off insanely hot. And they're like, how's he taking the step? And you're like, no, we've seen this before. No.
Yeah. They're like, has he taken the step? And then you look at Baseball Savant, he's got like a fourth percentile expected batting average, and you're like, oh,
Just all blue. Like, yeah. He is an all-star though, so you can't take it away from him.
But I think he can be a starting shortstop on a World Series winner.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the rest of the team is so good.
At a base level, he's going to give you great defense. And
Yeah.
he's an okay 9-hole. So,
and then, like we talked about, Carroll in right field, Alec Thomas in center, who I think is only going to get better.
Yeah, hitting wise, he's tapping into that power. And like, if he makes more consistent contact, I think he's a really good player.
And again, at the end of the day, if he can't really hit that well, he's an elite defensive center fielder.
Yeah, Alec Thomas to me, like at his base level, is kind of like Trent Grisham.
Yeah, and I think he could be much better than Trent Grisham.
Exactly.
So,
that's where he's starting off.
Yeah, and I had really high hopes for Trent Grisham, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, or whatever, and it never panned out with the ability to hit the baseball.
It's half of what they have to do, but you
got to hit it.
Yeah,
pretty important. Hit the fucking thing.
I've heard that.
But I think in left field, just re-sign Gurriel for a reasonable price and just run it back. Just do it again.
I like it. Like that's a great team.
It's a great team. And when I saw the deal, 4 years, 80 million to the D-backs, it was like, yeah, of course.
I was so like, why didn't every other team try to do this? Because he is also Eduardo Rodriguez. We talked about it earlier, but like fucking over the Tigers is awesome.
So funny.
The Tigers deserve it.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
But and who knows? Erod, so he was a Red Sox for a long time. He's like the weirdest guy ever.
Yeah.
Who knows? He could have had a deal for like 6 years, 200 million. He'd be like, I don't really like that location, and he just wouldn't
Yeah.
go.
Big location guy.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to go there, and he
Well,
wouldn't.
thank God he is not a Dodger, though. That's what I can
Yeah,
say.
thank God, that would suck.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I
Edward
love.
is hilarious.
Yeah, he's a hilarious human being. Doesn't make any. He just like remember 2 years ago, he just like left the Tigers for like a month or two. Just gone, just completely gone. And we were like, what's happening with Erod? They're like, we don't know.
Yeah. Hilarious.
And he was like going through like family stuff. It's like you could have just told the Tigers that you're going through shit.
And the best is like he just went on like nothing happened. Came back and pitched well.
Came back and pitched to a low to mid threes ERA because that's literally just what he does every year.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
But yeah, I think back. I can't get enough of this deal for the D-backs.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. So you have like you need a lefty starting pitcher because it's Gallen, Kelly, Fott.
Yeah.
And you need somebody to lengthen out your rotation and to give a little bit different of a look than,
Sure.
fastball, sinker, curveball.
I'm excited to watch Brandon Pfaadt. He impressed me in the World Series.
Yeah,
After struggling to come back and do what he did, he looked really good.
he got sent down twice, I think.
Yeah. And he was a baller in the World Series. He's also an interesting guy, like not a super hard thrower. Slider on paper doesn't move a ton, but it's really effective. Like I just like watching him pitch. It's cool.
Yeah, he's a top prospect too. So
Yeah.
it's the fast he doesn't throw super hard, but that the induced vertical break, if we really want to get into nerd terms here,
Oh
is
yeah.
is very, very good. Like he gets for the old heads out there, it's a good ride. It looks like the ball's rising on you as it comes in. I love that where they interview like fucking Willie McCovey and they'll be like, nope, ball was going up.
Yeah. You see, the ball was going up. I
He's
saw
like,
it with my eyes.
he's like, nope, Satchel Paige fastball, that ball was going up. I saw it with my eyes. Fuck you, physics.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And the interviewer is just sitting there. He's like, all right.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Okay. That's literally physically impossible, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Great signing. That's all we can say.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have to say is that it's perfect.
Yeah. And then now to the best section.
Braves.
What are the Braves doing?
I have no fucking clue.
So, dude, it was like an NBA offseason, like when a bunch of role players get traded for second round picks.
Yep.
Like that's what it just felt like shuffling cards. Number one, the Kelnick trade, you had to take on those contracts because the Braves don't have prospects to give up. So you had to take on Evan White, who we love. We love a good defensive first baseman. And Mark
Three podcasts in a row of Evan White talk.
This is becoming an issue. Next podcast is Evan White, the Angels starting first baseman. Yeah, it's like you had to take on those contracts. And then to turn around, Alex Anthopoulos is just a madman, which I love. To turn around and then trade Evan White for David Fletcher, who I despise,
and Max Stassi,
who is a name. And then Marco Gonzalez for cash.
I don't know what's going on with the video right now.
Can you see me?
I can see you. Can you hear me just fine?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
I think my camera's just fucking up. So yeah, keep going.
Okay. Yeah, so Mark Gonzalez for cash, which the Braves can use to go after someone else. Max Stassi for cash. The Braves, they abuse rebuilding teams. It's insane.
Oh, yeah. It's like they're picking names out of a hat right now.
Like, why do the Pirates need Marco Gonzalez? Why do the White Sox need Max Stassi?
They don't.
Yeah,
What's the
it's just
fucking point of that?
it's basically a free agent signing for them.
Yeah, the great free agent ticket that is Max Stassi.
I mean, why does David Fletcher have to be on my team?
Because he does.
You know I hate David Fletcher.
Just go with this view, I guess, if my camera's
Yeah.
gonna be fucking horrible.
David Fletcher is an Atlanta Brave. I hate him. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I just the guy hasn't barreled a ball in 2 years. That's like next level stats. He actually hasn't. Um, but I guess he can play a lot of infield positions and he can be a backup.
Well,
I think
you got to fill the void that is Nicky Lopez.
I know that was Nicky Lopez.
Yeah, yeah, he's gone. He's dead.
He's gone forever. Um, yeah, it's just a classic weird Braves thing. They're gonna like shuffle a bunch of people around, but looking forward for the Braves, starting pitcher.
Yeah, it has to be. They got to be just shuffling around cash and shuffling their 40 man. Like this is what this is.
Yeah,
The Braves don't give a fuck about any of these guys.
yeah, you don't give up five random players for a reliever for no reason.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about they don't give a fuck about Stassi, they don't give a fuck about Marco Gonzalez, Evan White, couldn't give a shit any of
It's
them.
kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like you're like trying to take this girl out, but she's like, "Hey, my friend has to come to you." It's like, whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. She
Like
can
what?
sit in the back when we're at the drive-in movie, and I'm not gonna talk to her.
Yeah, it's fucking yeah, it's like you're trying to go on a date with Jared Kelenic and Marco Gonzalez is like, "Can I come?"
Yeah, and you're like, ugh,
You're like, "Fuck."
yeah. And then Evan White's like the weird kid that somehow ends up there too.
Yeah, Evan White's just fucking picking his nose.
Yeah, sniffing glue. Um, yeah, it's a weird offseason, but I've loved it because it's very like it's cool next level GM work.
Well,
Just
because
take
all
out
of
contracts, immediately unload them.
it's because all of these moves, like Anthopoulos is gonna some of these moves are now gonna be used to go get like fucking Dylan Cease or Tyler Glass now.
Apparently, the Cease asking price is very high,
I'm sure it is.
and the Braves are really hesitant on it. But I like Glass now. I mean, his health issues are, something we can talk about. But like, I like him.
I think so. Yeah, they are concerning, but only one team wins the World Series,
Yeah, that's true.
right? And if Glass now pitches a healthy season, I mean, you're probably going to win the World Series.
It's the Braves window. It's the Braves window
Yeah.
right now.
So you take these risks because only one team wins the World Series. And the
No,
Braves,
yeah,
anything short of winning a World Series for the Braves right now is a disappointing season.
yeah,
So, I would rather have Glass now over Cease.
me too. Me too.
I
Cease weird inconsistencies. Just like an odd pitcher in general.
Yeah, and I do think that the asking price from the White Sox is going to just be way too fucking high.
Yeah, and the Braves don't have prospects. Like they don't have people to give up. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for the Braves this season.
They're going to do something.
They're gonna get a pitcher, and
They are.
I can't wait to see who it is.
Who do you want it like in a perfect world? Who's your guy?
And Tyler Glasnow is kind of the only one I could think of. Our Kershaw talk earlier made me kind of go like this.
Yeah.
I was brave.
There's a lot of fucking pitchers out there still.
I don't want Stroman that bad, but like I like Stroman a lot.
Yeah, I think if you're the Braves, you're probably looking for an ace type, not an ace because you already have Strider, but a top end guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got like Hurston Waldrop is going to pitch for you.
He's gonna be disgusting.
He
He
got up
does
to Triple A.
he did get up to, he would just pitch 2 innings at each level. And you're just like, oh shit, he's in AAA now.
You're like, oh
Okay.
shit, Hurston Waldrop's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. And if he throws strikes, his only thing is he walks people, but his splitter is like unseen before. And he throws a fucking rising fastball.
And I know Smith Shawver, had his ups and downs at the big league level, but what is
He's
he,
gonna,
21?
he's gonna figure it out. Like he was called up based on need.
Yeah.
And like he did fine.
He did fine he was 20.
Yeah, and like they have a bunch of other random quadruple A players. Not anymore actually because they trade them all. But we do have Dylan Dodd, who made the team out of spring training because he did so well.
Yeah.
Like there's still hope for him too. He's like 24, 25.
Yeah, I think if you're the Braves, you obviously feel good because you're a great team already. So
Yeah,
I think
you literally have one thing to work on.
yeah, just get a starting pitcher
Yeah,
and then you're done. And I don't know, like I just think all of these moves that the Braves are doing are part of a larger picture to do something gigantic.
oh, I would be so happy just to make a crazy move.
Like just a weird nutty move. Like cuz it's just what AA does. And
Also, yeah, I mean, like the Kelenic move, no one thought that was coming.
yeah, that's what Anthopoulos does. Is he's just like,
It's creative. It's outside the box thinker.
every time.
Yeah.
Like keeping Marcelo Zuna on the team. Very outside the box. And he hit 40 home runs.
Yes.
All right. So where does Bellinger go?
That's a good question. Bellinger, another guy I've just kind of forgotten about. I could see him going back to the Cubs.
Mm.
Like, that's a good spot for him. He had success there already. Cubs are a young, exciting team in a pretty weak division right now. Bellinger, like
Giants.
Giants would be awesome.
The Giants have now lost out. The Giants have now lost out on Judge, Correa, Ohtani.
Like the Giants are trying to take that step.
They're trying desperately. Whoever's making their sales pitch fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't come to San Francisco.
They can't get anybody. And I think now officially losing out on Ohtani will lead them to sign a big free agent.
Yes.
I can't exactly pin who it is. It might be Yamamoto, it might be Bellinger, down the line, go down the line of free agents. But I think the Giants are not leaving this offseason without a big free agent signing.
I agree. They have to.
They literally do
maybe
have
they see the writing on the wall though with their division. And they're kind of like, okay.
But when it's never going to get easier.
Exactly.
It's not.
Yeah.
Like Mookie's not going to fall off a cliff in 3 years. That guy's going to be good forever. Freeman's not going to fall off a cliff. That guy's going to be good forever. Ohtani's there for 10 years. The Diamondbacks are young and controllable. It's not getting any easier, so you need to try to start competing now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and if it doesn't work out, you can rebuild it with some pieces that you traded for and like find prospects. But yeah, Giants are in a really weird spot. Team people don't talk about a lot.
Yeah, well, because there's not much to say as of right now until they fucking sign somebody, which they've proven they can't do.
Yeah. No, it's a weird spot. Next episode, we have to talk about my favorite, the Rule 5 draft.
You want to talk about Rule 5? I'll talk about the Rule 5.
I will go through every prospect taken in the Rule 5 draft.
I love the Rule 5. The Red Sox got a guy.
You know who was taken? Nasim Nunez.
I love Nasim Nunez.
Nationals took Nasim Nunez.
He liked my tweet the other day.
Oh, no way. He's from right by me in ATL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played travel ball he's 2 years younger than me. He played travel ball for my travel team for a couple of years.
Yeah, I've listened to him. He did some interview type stuff, and I really He seems like a chill dude.
Yeah, is it the just baseball guys? And they're like going through his plays. They're like, "How did you do this?" And he was
Yeah,
like,
no. The guy was like, so what are you doing on this play? And like he makes like a backhanded stop and is like in the like throwing off his back foot like this and just like fire hose the first. And he's watching himself play and he's like, yeah, that's ridiculous.
"Yeah, I mean, just seemed his first rounder for a reason,
He
right?"
just needs to hit.
Yeah,
If he even if he has like literally an 80 WRC plus, he's gonna be a plus war player for the Nats.
Nationals, cool rebuild. They're doing a good job.
I love what they're doing so
Yeah,
much.
I can't hate it. I can't hate
Oh,
it.
I love it, man. I love it. Like, because this isn't the offseason where the Nats need to sign free agents.
They're also finding diamonds in the rough, like Stone Garrett, like
Yeah.
came in. Lane Thomas has turned into a really good outfielder.
If Nasim Nunez can hit like enough, you have to pair with CJ Abrams. Like
That's a
that middle
fun
infield is
field.
so cool.
I love CJ Abrams.
I
So
do too.
cool.
I think he could be a dark horse MVP candidate, maybe not this year, but the next year.
That's big words right there.
I really do. I really do. Because I think with the new rules, like what he steal 40 bases last year,
Yeah.
hit 20 something. He was like a 20-40 guy. I think his defense is only going to get better at short because he's such a good athlete.
He's super young still.
And I think, yeah, people got like the Padres rushed him too much.
Oh yeah.
You know, he was up when he was 20. He shouldn't have been. I don't think they didn't let his power potential develop in the minors enough. Right. So when he got up to the majors, it was just, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Like ground ball, ground ball, ground ball. I'm going to use my speed to get on base and be as good of a player as I can because the Padres are trying to win games right now.
Exactly.
And I think what the Nationals let him do was just develop at the big league level, you know, struggle and hit 240, trying to get your A swing off. And then you adjust to the big league game and you start getting your A swing off more and you start hitting bombs. And next thing you know, you look like you're a damn fucking good player. And you're still 23.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love the Nationals.
We're very pro CJ Abrams here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, nice.
I think, yeah,
Every topic we wanted.
I think so. I think, yeah,
Can't wait for our Rule 5
yeah.
deep dive.
And for as much shit as like happened this week, I think we're gonna have
I
the
mean,
same
we
amount, if not more, next week.
said it. Once Ohtani signs, everyone else is gonna go.
I think Yamamoto is gonna sign at some point this week. I think I wouldn't be surprised. The Bellinger hot stove is not very hot.
I haven't heard any news. I've
Yeah,
been
not a lot of news.
looking.
He's a
Nothing.
Boris guy though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
quiet.
that might take a little bit of a that might take some time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cool, dude.
Yeah, I think we are good. So I will stop
Hell
the
yeah.
recording. Thank you, listeners. We love you so much.